We are, excuse me, and we are just about ready for the exciting conclusion of Millersville and Drexel, an eventful second period. A whole lot of a whole lot of physics. This guy's talking for me, but you don't need to tell. You don't need me to tell you how fired up both these fan bases are for this really action-packed last period. Tensions sort of boil over a little bit in the second, and we have 20 whole minutes left to go. So who knows what's going to happen? I certainly don't, and I'm happy to find out with you. An eventful second period. Duo of goals scored by Zachary Jones within about a minute of each other, and opening up the period, Andrew Zerko scored a rebound goal that levels the score at 3-2. Marauders have maintained the lead for the whole game, and will actually be up a man. And will actually be up a man for the last 46 seconds off of the Zachary Jones penalty at the end of the last period. So, I have a whole lot to look forward to here. If you're not excited, I don't know what's wrong with you. You might just not be a hockey fan. That's okay. We have a space for everyone here, but, I'm excited. The fans are excited, and you should be too. Third period coming up real soon. And for the final time, the Marauders are ready. The Dragons look to be ready. And from the Firebirds looking to start the third period, we are a go. Almost forgot I had to do the camera too. Look at me. Kai Dunnigan will have to chase it back down. A quick ice sticking call early as Andrew Basin heads to the ice very, very quickly. Or Stephen Basin. Why do I keep saying Andrew? Andrew and Stephen don't sound any I am so sorry. I forgot to turn the mic back on. Man, thank you, CJ Ulmer, for letting me know. I feel stupid, but you haven't missed a whole lot. Wes Bieber was denied by some higher power earlier on. Man, look at me. What am I doing up here? Well, thank you for letting me know. So we didn't get very far into the period. I was probably getting a text message about it. Yeah, I was. Well, bit of an off night, folks. I'm sorry. 16-16 left to go. The Marauders up 3-2, 43 shots at 23. He didn't miss a whole lot, but you could see that anyway. You just didn't have my voice guiding you through it, but I'm here now. Don't worry. Marauders keeping it back on the ice. Works down his carry shot, picked up by Schindler. Schindler rips it in. Schindler denied by a host of bodies in transition. Schindler picks up his own rebound again. Schindler working through, dangles through, has Rysack behind him. He takes himself, works it back out, far side, into Corelli. Corelli from close range, up, and into the netting behind Vassallo. Oh, man. Oh, I'm sorry, Dad, for not checking my text messages while I'm calling a game. Walter O'Connell in for the draw for Millersville. O'Connell scoops it out. Bear down on by Morgan. Morgan lays a big hit behind play. Refs say play on. I like that call. Rysack stays with it. Rysack kicks out, looking for Morgan, but he finds Cranston. Cranston to Morgan. Morgan sends it in. He was denied by the officials' call earlier on, and he's denied by Vassallo regular that time as he takes a late hit from Stephen Basin. Now let's call that just some incidental contact. We're going to let that go. Not worth a penalty in the ref's eyes. $15:36 left to go in the regulation. O'Connell awaits the draw. Kicked out by O'Connell. Cranston chases it down. Morgan looks to get it as it runs around the boards. O'Connell nearly picks off the centering pass opportunity. And Dunnigan will control from blue line. Dunnigan back to the red, to O'Connell, to Cranston. Cranston whips it in right into the glove of Vassallo. No problem for the Dragon goaltender. And if you didn't catch it before, it's actually been lost to history why Drexel is called the Dragons, but some of their old names were the Engineers and the Drexelites. I prefer Dragons. Cranston, and on his first draw of the evening, slap shot from Dunnigan, nearly deflected in by Jack Cranston. And the key word there is nearly. Marauders still have three. Excuse me. Reagan attempted from Drexel. Bouncing puck. Turned away by Rusnock's leg blocker. Into the middle. Looking for Dunnigan. Excuse me. Dunnigan. What am I thinking? That's O'Connell. Now it's Dunnigan. Dunnigan fans the pass to O'Connell. Slapped in. Kept in by Martin, but a Marauder couldn't jump on it in time. Wilkinson picks up that good rebound. Wilkinson, good stick dangle. Fans love it. Wilkinson to first. Tries to find O'Connell. Couldn't connect on the pass. Maybe he should have just taken it himself. Sent in by Dunnigan. Turned away by the shoulder of Vincent Vassallo. A barrage of shots. Again, turned away for Millersville. Back out. Washington center ice. Intercepted by the Dragons. Number 26, Josh Haight. Haight being boxed out by Wilkinson and Martin. They'll send it around. Couldn't be sticked cleanly by Vassallo. Sent in. Centering pass. Nobody home. Merely an own goal there. Wes Bieber couldn't get a stick down to it in time. Another dangerous opportunity for Wes Bieber. That'll be 6th of the evening. Marauder blows a tire. Boxes out his own man as he'll send it in the boards. Looks for Slaybaugh and Wilkinson on his far side. Slaybaugh kicks it back to Wilkinson. Bear down on by Bieber. Bieber hungry for that goal. Buddy defers. Shot in. Turned away. Again. Blue spot. Sent it in. It's Bill picking up the loose change. And some pleasantries being exchanged after play. But what matters is the Marauders get their 4th of the evening. Thanks to Ben Bell. Clinical finishing there. And you may say, hey, it was an open goal from about 10 inches away. Those shots are some of the hardest to land because you got to lock in very quickly. There's a whole lot of sticks coming down on you. You have about a half a second to get that shot off where the goalie realizes he's left himself wide open. So great stuff out of Ben Bell right there. Really, any goal from any place is hard hockey. This is a very difficult sport. 13:42 left to go in the regulation. The Marauders connect on their 47th shot on Vassallo and retake the 2-goal lead. Rusnak has been tested 23 times and let in 2 on back-to-back shots to Zachary Jones, but he's been stout before and since then, looking to carry that through for the last 13 minutes or so. Getting their bookkeeping right after the play. Maybe some penalties assessed after the little scrum with Wilkinson. Seems to be right in the forefront of all the action this evening. Well, physical action, that is, as Wilkinson will head to the bench. And I imagine a Dragon will as well, but I'll get on the scoreboard in a second. Yep, it'll be for the 3rd time this evening a hat trick for Jack Lemire, but not the kind of hat trick you'd like, as he sees the cold confines of the sin bin for the 3rd time this evening. 4-on-4 play after the goal with 13:42 left in the frame. 47 shots for Millersville, 23 for Drexel, and 4-2 where it counts. Whole lot of the scoreboard being used. Refs is talking it over with Coach Schroeder, making sure he's all up to date. And we are just about ready to regain play, to restart play. As Zerko wins draw quickly, picked up by Petticone. Petticone back to Zerko. Zerko couldn't control it clean, but don't worry, Aiden Stromberg's right there. Stromberg gets an open ice with 4-on-4 play. There's a whole lot of open ice to work with. Drexel looking for a counterpunch. Weak shot in, turned away effortlessly by Gavin Rusnak, but a giveaway right in front of Rusnak's net. They'll take an extra couple steps to Andrew Walsh. Walsh dishes back to Basin. Basin sends it in, deflected by Zerko and Bell. Minute and a half left on the offsetting penalties. Backtracked is Zachary Jones. Zachary Jones bearing down on his rebound, couldn't collect it, but Aiden Barrett can. Barrett has no lane in the open, turned away by the skilled defenseman Ben Bell. Quick backtrack needing to be done as Aiden Stromberg, the dangerous goal threat, works in to the Drexel zone. He defers for Bell. Bell couldn't collect the pass in the center as Rysak will have to backtrack. But, when you got Connor Rysak in your defense, you're pretty confident when he's on that backtrack. He is great with the poke check. Shot sent in on Vassallo to get a line change off the Marauders, and it works just like Coach Schroeder drew it up. As we have some fresh legs on the ice. Not in Connor Rysak, however, as he still is on. Rysak taking his time. We'll send it in. Trying to find Carey. Carey just turned away. Man, Aiden Carey's going to want that one back. Lachlan gets the pass to Rysak. Works back to Lachlan, the Bryn Athen product. Lachlan will send it in. Deflection. Back to find Carey. Carey goes high from close range. 14 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey and 11:55 left to go in regulations. The Marauders have notched their 50th shot. Whole lot of work for Vince Vassallo this evening. And score updates. As of the couple minutes ago, at the beginning of the 3rd period, Newman has taken a 3-1 lead on Stockton on the road, and no score updates out of UPenn Westchester. But that game should be in its probably first period or first intermission by now. Looks like Evan Eisler took a big slap shot, floating up. Carey sends it in. Carey again denied for the 3rd time in a matter of minutes. Shirtless guy banging on the glass. He's into it. Bird, a bit of a dose-go, no-look pass. Looking like a bit of Patrick Mahomes out of there from Jonah Bird. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Carey staying with it. It's going to be Corelli staying with it. Corelli makes his man blow a tire. O'Connell staying with it. O'Connell's got to get by his man, boxed out by Zachary Jones. Man, that's all. When he's screening, that's a lot of man to get around. O'Connell had to skate around, get past him. Drexel staying with it. 11 minutes flat to mount a comeback. It won't happen on this drive, though, as Cranston breaks it out. Cranston has O'Connell in the middle. Instead goes to Dunnigan, but it goes off his skate, and he couldn't get the shot down how he would like it to. Morgan. He's subject to a lot of ire from this Drexel lineup. Gets the pass off to Dunnigan behind the net. Back to Morgan. Morgan fans on the shot, but collects it. Leaves for Martin. Martin lost track of it for just a split second, and Drexel looks to break out. Played off the shoulder of Dunnigan. A great defenseman uses every part of his body to make a stop, and a great defenseman is exactly what Kyle Dunnigan is. That's why he's wearing that C on his chest. Back to Basin. Basin from the blue line. Basin blocked. Great body block out of Jack Cranston there. Slowing it up, but leaving it all on the line to make the block. That's Jack Cranston. 10 minutes left in regulation. The Marauders up 2. Wow. The stutter stop by O'Connell in center ice. Sent in by Kopcho. Comes off a Marauder and into the netting behind Vassallo's back. 9:58 left to go. Shots read 51-24, and in the goal department, it's 4-2 Millersville. It'll be Andrew Zerko, one of our goal scorers this evening, in for the draw. Kopcho collects the rebound. Petticone fans in the pass, but it gets to Kopcho anyway. Dings around the boards, pinball style for Ben Bell, who will leave it after taking a bump after play. Kicked out to Mendham. Mendham sends it down. Fan on the pass there by his Drexel teammate. Petticone backtracks. Terra Dragons bearing down on him. Gets the pass out. Kopcho attempts to find Zerko, but Kopcho breaks out himself. Left for Kopcho. Kopcho just a little bit in front of him and picked up by Eisler. Looking okay after taking that hit to the midsection a couple minutes ago. Petticone collects it behind Rusnak's back. He's got to keep his head on a swivel here. Kopcho, center ice pass, broken up by Lemire. Harry throws the brakes. He's caught up with his man a little bit, trying to break it out. Kicked out. Intercepted by Drexel, but not for long. Picked up by Millersville behind the back pass from Kopcho. Left for Stromberg in the middle. Goes for Zerko as Stromberg takes a big hit after play. And Petticone finds it from the blue line. Petticone kicks to Bell. Bell sends it in. Deflection from Zerko. Nearly goes in. Stays out behind Vassallo's back. Picked up by Bell. Bell leaves it for the middle. Kopcho is anticipating a rebound. Petticone bears down and finds Bell again. Testing my fast-talking skills there. And we're back on it. Wes Kopcho still with it from the faceoff circle. Leaves for himself. Plays it off the boards. Tries to do or behind the back. Leaves it in the middle. No Marauder there to pick it up. That could have been very dangerous. Slaybaugh staying with it. No one can collect it for a split second. It leaves for Stromberg. Stromberg sends it in. And it's gloved out of the air. Stopping a flurry of shots out of Millersville. 8:14 left to go. Drexel chases 2 goals. Draw upcoming. It's Wilkinson. Wilkinson, take an extra second. Won by the Marauders. Bieber couldn't locate it for a quick second. Nearly deflected in by Slaybaugh. The first goal scorer this evening for Millersville. Behind the back pass out of Barrett. Only finds a Millersville stick. It's Slaybaugh nearly in. Gloved by Vassallo. 8:02 left to go for Drexel to score a pair. Another check-in on the standings. Westchester has punched their ticket to the Colonial Cup playoffs to the surprise of really nobody. Scranton has 16 points. Newman and us are tied at 14. Stockton and Drexel have 12. UPenn 9. Seton Hall 4. And TC&J. Goose egg. Neutral zone face-off 1, and sticks go flying. It's Slaybaugh's. Shot played around Bieber. Picked up in the neutral zone by Slaybaugh. Slaybaugh sends it in, trying to find Wilkinson. Will chase it down with Wysack behind him. Bieber lays his man out. Student section's loving it. Wysack collects the rebound. Goes down to a knee to make the play. Great heads-up play from Connor Wysack, who will send it around the boards, or it's picked up by a Dragon. It's Fletcher who works it out to Basin. Basin sends it and taken away quickly by Schindler. Marauders enter the O-zone here. Bieber gets caught up a little bit, and it's picked up by Wilkinson. Wilkinson rips it back in, and Vassallo will leave it for the big Zachary Jones. Goes cross-ice to Mendham. Mendham back in the middle. Finds Wagstaff, the 5th. 5 of those guys. Sent back in, only finds a white jersey. Marauders, less than 7 minutes. Carey has Bird. Carey takes it himself. Carey finally gets it to go. A rebound Off the blocker. Vincent Vasallo finds the netting, and in Gary finds his name in the scorekeeper's book. 5-2 Millersville. 54 shots, and they've netted 5. That's a Millersville game for you. Still, a whole lot. You saw how quickly they scored 2. So, hey, don't start the Buses chance quite yet. They scored 2 in about 35 seconds. So, a lot can be done in 6:48, but I like the enthusiasm. Drexel staying with it. They need to make a whole lot happen in 6:40, but again, hockey's a funny sport like that. Don't count them out. O'Connell fans the pass in. Broken out by Drexel. Drexel into the neutral zone. It's Jones bearing down the big fella. Hit out by Martin. O'Connell works it in to Morgan. A little too much mustard on the pass for the sophomore Morgan. The junior Morgan. Big hit laid by Carey behind play. He's clearly hyped up from his goal. Assuming that was Cranston. And still probably hyped up from his goal. Shot rings way over the dome of Gavin Rusnock, who gave up those 2 back-to-back, but has been stellar since then. Martin will chase it down. Left quickly in. Nearly rebounded in by Marauder. Leaves for Capshaw. Capshaw rips it in just high and wide. Oh, Vasallo, less than 6 minutes left to go. 5:45 to be exact in regulation. Oh, what? Zachary Jones obliterated behind play. And Drexel not letting the Marauders get off that easy. There's going to be some retribution for a hit that big. But yeah, that was a wallop from Millersville there. Jeez. Turco collects it in the corner boards, leaves for Capshaw. Tries to work to Stromberg. Nearly an opportunity for Petticone, but the puck hops over his stick and broken out by Fletcher. Fletcher's pass in, intercepted by Millersville. Capshaw plays off his stick. Swatted out by Vasallo. 5 minutes flat. Left in regulation. Drexel chasing a trio of goals. Aiden Barrett staying with it. Kicks out to Basin. And harmlessly gloved by Gavin Rusnock. 4:45 left to go in regulation. Shot scanned. 55-25 in favor of your Marauders and in the big board. It's 5-2. And I forget if I said this before if my mic was muted, but Newman and Stockton at the start of the third period, it's probably different now, but Newman was up 3-1 when the period began. So that score holds. They'll still hold the 3 spot above us in the standings. But we play them tomorrow, so that might not be that way for long. Draw one by Drexel. Kicked out to the blue line. Drexel will send it in. Bouncing puck, gloved by Rusnock. Barely a couple seconds notched off there. 4:39 left to go in regulation. The Marauders lead 3. We'll come to the other side of Rusnock this time, and a different result, as it's won by Millersville, completely taken away by Drexel. Sent in to the central ice, but no one was home. And the Marauders collect the loose change and send it down ice. And an icing call. As Wilkinson throws the brakes a little late, gives man a bit of a love tap in the corner, and he'll be coming right back down with 4:28 left to go. Oh, my shoe untied itself. That's fun. 26 shots now on the board for Drexel. He'll have been able to land 2 of them, but there are 2 pretty crazy goals. Sent in quickly by Drexel, turned away. Great cat-like reflexes out of Gavin Rusnock. Gavin Laughlin controls it. Leaves for Slaybaugh. Slaybaugh entering the zone. Has Bieber behind him. Has Wilkinson to his far side. Decides to take it himself, but he's turned away by a Dragon and left for Rysack. Leaves it in for Slaybaugh in the middle. Slaybaugh couldn't control the hot pass out of Connor Rysack. It's dribbled by Walsh and left for Rysack. And a bit of Santa clearly not pleased with what he's seeing right now. As a foreboding point to the Drexel bench. Whole lot of names on the naughty list this evening. 4:02 left to go. And Zachary Slaybaugh, for the second time, I think, this evening, will be heading to timeout. Well, unless there's an offsetting penalty, we'll wait for him to see that. But if there's going to be an opportunity for Drexel to make a comeback, this is where it will begin. The Marauders need to be stout on the PK, and that's what they've been so far. 2 or 3 opportunities, I believe, for this penalty kill unit, and they've looked very, very good in both of them. Hopefully no announcer's curse there, but the unit has been looking strong tonight. 4:02 to go in regulation. Officials talking it over, making sure they got their paperwork in order. And Slaybaugh's name comes off the scoreboard. Okay. Again, it's not sure, maybe a clerical error on the scorekeeper's part. Well, while they figure that out, already start, or still talking over. Slaybaugh's not sure if he's in trouble or not, and I'm not really sure either. But while they figure this out, let's take another look at the playoff picture. If the playoffs were to start today, which they won't, but there's about 7 to 5 more games left for every team in the conference. The first round buys would be Westchester and Scranton, and the first round matchups would be Newman versus Drexel and Millersville versus Stockton. And how the Colonial Cup playoffs work is kind of like the NFL playoffs. So it gets reseeded after those first 2 teams play. So if Drexel will win against Newman, they play Westchester. So the lowest remaining seed will play the highest remaining seed. That'll be Westchester. So for Millersville, they're going to really get up into that 3 spot, because if results go normally, it's Newman and us going through. We'll have to play Westchester in the semifinals. So you want to be in that 3 spot so you can play Scranton. So that game against Newman tomorrow afternoon will be very, very big to decide who will sit in that coveted 3 spot right now. And Scranton's place isn't exactly solid either. They only have 16 points. That's 2 above both of us. They do have the 2-0 lead on us in game, but if Scranton can falter a little bit, maybe, just maybe, we could sneak into that bye. But a whole lot left to be decided in this season. And it barely was Slaybaugh in the bin for another minute 30. As Drexel looks to mount a comeback, it's Jones taking it, boxed out by Martin, sent around left for Lemire, kicked out, back in. Lemire finds it. Lemire sends it in, punched away by Gavin Rusnock. A kick attempt from Aiden Barrett. Fruitless, kind of looking like the Young Wei Koo kick, if you know what I'm talking about. Just kind of kicked ice and really hit the puck there. That was one of the most ridiculous kicks I've ever seen in my entire life at a Young Wei Koo against the Patriots. That was insane. I've never seen a kicker do that before. 3 minutes left to go, and 57 seconds left from the Slaybaugh penalty as the Marauders get a good clearance. Don't look now. West Copshow's in on it quickly. Vasal has to go to the other side. Leaves it for Mendham. Drexel up a man for another 40 seconds. Left for Basin. For a man who hasn't scored yet, I've sure called his name quite a lot. Basin, set up. Blocked out by a couple of Marauders and collected by Drexel. Left in for Mendham. Mendham will send it in. Rebounded off of Rusnock. Drexel stays with it. Mendham dueling his man left for Eisler. Eisler will send it around. No Dragon Zone. Stromberg gets the clearance opposite, evades the stick of Corey Held. And that will do it for the Slaybaugh penalty. 2 minutes left for Drexel to score 3 times. Can they do it? Well, I'll just have to stick around and find out. I hope not. Millersville content to kill clock. Will bang it off the boards, leaving it neutralized. Morgan chasing it down. Morgan and Cranston in it, has O'Connell in central ice. O'Connell collects the rebound from behind a couple Dragons' backs. He stays with it. O'Connell dangles between it. O'Connell looking to put the dagger in the hearts. Sends it in. O'Connell turned away from close range. Kicked out to Bell. Bell from the face of circle. Bell rips it in. Deflection opportunity from Cranston. Fruitless with 1:28 left. The Marauders trying to kill clock and keep it. Drexel pinned in their zone. Sent back from Bell. Bell sends it in way wide. Sent back in. Off the corner boards. And gloved by Vassallo. 1:17 left to go. and the prospect of a comeback is looking less and less likely for Drexel. I think it'd be safe to start the buses chant now. I think it'll be safe. Minute 17 left to go. The Marauders outshoot the Dragons 57-29 and outgoal them 5-2. Kicked out to Dunnigan. Dunnigan from the blue line. Cranston tied up with his man in the crease. From the face-off circle, deflected by Vasal, somehow stays in play. The Marauders okay with it, kills more clock. Cranston dishes back out to Dunnigan. Dunnigan whips it in, and that one's certainly not in play as it hops over the netting and hits one of the banners back there. Hopefully no one got hit by that puck. 58.5 seconds remaining. And looks like both squads are just content to close this one out from Lancaster Ice Rink. Hopefully. Carey, our last goal scorer, waiting to draw. Carey gets tied up with his man. Carey and Corelli are still in on it. Carey chases down from behind his man's back. Causes him a bit of discomfort there. Carey staying with it. Carey dishes back to Martin. Martin, 43 seconds left. Martin. He's not done scoring yet. Thor Martin wants to get his name on. Martin will send that in. Collected by Millersville. Bird crashes the zone. In on Dunnigan. Dunnigan rips it in. And Kai Dunnigan. Bit of a shrug, but he's happy with it. 6-2 Millersville, and that is the dagger in the heart of the Dragon. Man, that's a little poetic there, Adam, man. Kai Dunnigan will send the home fans home happy. Home fans home happy. That sentence works technically, but I don't like it. Oh, the guy put his shirt back on. Oh, no. Well, it is pretty cold. I don't blame him. The last 9.8 seconds will be a formality as both squads will skate off the last half a minute. Schindler bangs off the boards. Maybe they won't skate off the last minute. The Marauders might look for 7. Bird chases his man. Left for Corelli. Bird nearly intercepts in the D zone. Bird tries to poke it out. With less than 10 seconds left, Drexel content to skate it out. Wow. Gavin Laughlin sends a late shot in, but that'll do it from Lancaster Ice Rink. Millersville picks up a big 6-2 win and a big 2 points in the CSCHC standings. Well, that'll do it from Lancaster Ice Rink as the Marauders pick up a big win. Although neither of them were here today, I still want to extend the greatest thanks to our bus driver, Miranda, and our usual cameraman, Brian Morgan. We'll see you back here tomorrow afternoon for Youth Night in a big rematch against the Knights of Newman. I'm Garrett Milbrandt, the voice of Millersville Ice Hockey, and I miss you already. See you tomorrow, folks.